Buenos dias, hola, good morning. Day number 31 after a rest day in Pontevedra. It was very needed. So, day number 31 brings us to decision day. So I could either keep on going straight on the traditional route, or I could choose to go on the spiritual variant route, which includes a boat ride, which I believe that's what I'm going to do, which means I'm only going to need to walk 10k, so that is a 20k walk to the monastery, but halfway would be Combarro, beautiful little coastal town, so we'll stay there for the night. Weather is expected to be quite rainy today. That's why I'm all kitted out, but no rain as yet. So let's go. So how am I feeling? I don't know. Woke up feeling strange today. Said goodbye to the last pilgrim that I've met. She's carrying on straight, and just sat in the room looking out the beautiful window onto the old street, and I was like, okay, back to being alone again. That sounds so stupid, and I go through these stages in my life of peace and acceptance, that I'm just not someone's priority. And I know that's going a whole step further, right? How that triggered the whole thing, I don't know. Just thinking, I've met so many people. The first batch of pilgrims I met, they're either on time constraints, so they walk in about 30 k's a day, or less time constraints, and they're also trying to reach 20 something k's a day, and so they'll pass me. Like, I'll meet them and we'll cross paths, and eventually, you know me, I'm taking rest days, so eventually they pass and carry on. And then I met a second batch of people, which this girl was one of them, part of the batch, from Porto, that batch of people. And also same thing, they time constraints, they're doing a whole lot more kilometers per day than me, they're not taking rest days, and so many of them pass me, or they take a different route, and I don't know of anyone that's doing the spiritual variant. I knew a couple that were doing the spiritual variant in the first batch from Lisbon, but obviously they're way ahead of me, and so they've already completed it. But so today I say goodbye to Anna, who actually had a little bit of an injury, so she was behind me by a few days, and because of my rest day yesterday, she caught up, and so we went to really cool autumn festivity, traditional Galician autumn festivity last night. Together we had roasted chestnuts, and we tried the Galician very strong liquor called Kumada, and then she's going straight. She's not doing the variant. She's going straight. Her flight, I think, is around the 17th or 18th. So, anyway, my point is, people pass me, I meet them, we share a couple of meals together, conversations, and they carry on, and which is totally normal for the pilgrimage. But today, for some unknown reason, it was just a different feeling today, and it's okay. like I said, I go through stages in my life where I have absolute acceptance and peace of mind that, you know, that this is my journey, you know. I'm not married, I haven't had any kids, and I'm living this life, right? It's adventurous life, it's amazing life. I'm so blessed in so many ways. And then there is always the other side. And I know people ask me, and I'm human. And of course there's moments where I get lonely, right? I think that's something that God built in all of us. It's that need to share in community, right? And so, yeah, of course I get lonely. It's a natural feeling. But then I go through those stages of acceptance and peace, and it's okay. Like, this is my journey. And I'm okay with the possibility of never getting married and never having a family of my own. And there are 100% moments like today where I remember that I'm no one's priority. And I'm not talking about my mum and dad, that doesn't count. I'm talking about a significant other or children that rely on me. That's what I mean. And it's a realization, you know, and it's like, yeah, I feel lonely. And it's okay. So I don't know really where I'm getting with this. I think it was just something that I experienced this morning when I was giving Anna a big squeeze goodbye. Just so grateful for so many things. And just realized, okay, you're back on your own again, Shireen. Let's go, kind of thing. That's all. Just by the way, I'm okay. I'm just allowing myself to feel the emotions. That's all. Everything's good. And I've got to say good morning again. Hola, buenos dias. We're going to have a great day today. Hello, Jim. And yeah, let's do this. Come on. Okay, how exciting. I have only 64 kilometers to go before I reach Santiago. That is so exciting. I can't believe it. I'm almost there. I started this journey with 650 kilometers to still go from Lisbon, and here I am with the mere 64 kilometers. That's so exciting. So exciting. Now granted, I'm going to get to Santiago, and then I'm going to do the extension which to Finisterre and Nuxa, which is called the end of the world, which is, I believe, is another 60 kilometers, depending if I'll have to do the calculations, but that's so exciting. I'm almost there. Oh my God. We could do this. Okay, there you have it. That was where the road split to the Spiritual Variant. So that'll obviously add kilometers to the trip, but it's definitely worth it. I've heard a lot about it, so I'm not sure how many extra kilometers it adds, but I know it just comes out at Portugues Padron area, which is back onto the Portuguese Camino anyway, and so it just brings me around, but it does add kilometers. Not sure how many. Okay, I just checked. There's only a couple of K's difference between the variant, the spiritual variant, and the just keeping on straight on the normal Portuguese route, because the boat trip doesn't really count. So it's about the same. A few, 1 or 2 K's difference. Okay, I don't know what I've done, but I seem to have done something to the back of my foot here. I don't know what I did. Anyway, struggling a little bit with my one foot. Okay, good thing I cut today in half. Okay, I gotta find a spot to have some breakfast. I think I see something over here. Let me see if they're open. It is a Saturday, so as you know, I love walking on the weekends, but maybe things are closed, so let me see. Just took a couple of pictures of the narrowest house I've ever seen on this trip. It's not very clear today, but look, I made it to the ocean. Wow. It's quite windy and choppy today. But I made it to the ocean. It's cool. At least I got a little bit of coastal experience while I'm here as well. Not far now. Gonna stay at the little coastal town of Combarro, so I'll spend the night by the sea, which is nice. Well, hopefully it's not too windy, but you know, this morning when I woke up, I was phoning to make sure I booked the boat trip ahead, which will be roughly around either Tuesday or Wednesday. And when I phoned the boat company, they were like, no, sorry, it's closing season or something like that, and we have to have a minimum of 8 people in the boat, else we won't go. So after that conversation, I was actually considering to just carry on the Portuguese, the traditional Portuguese route, and scratch the whole spiritual variant idea. I'm glad I didn't, because I was just decided to look into it further using the Portuguese Camino app, and lucky enough found that there was a second business that also does boats, so boat trips across that specific section for pilgrims. So I was so excited to phone them up. It sounded very positive. She was like, is this your WhatsApp number? I'll WhatsApp you the details. I'm like, okay, thank you. And that was the end of the conversation, and which made me believe that I'm good. I can still go on the spiritual variant option, which I'm so happy about. I really hope it's not too windy for you to have heard that story. So here I am on the spiritual variant, and I made it to the ocean, because that was the plan on the whole way, you know. Wanted to do the central route because I love the countryside, and I knew also that the variant, spiritual variant, would take me to the coast anyway. So best of both worlds. This looks interesting. I don't think it's meant to look like this. I think this is supposed to be a beach. Yep, this, guys, is meant to be a beach. Wow. And this is the catwalk. Oh my gosh, they've had so much rain. I'm not surprised. Look at the boat over there. That's capsized. Can you guys see that? Over there? Capsized boat. Wow. I found the Spanish word for these. It's granero. You know, the escuero in Portuguese, but it's granero. I was just looking for my hostel where I'm going to stay for the night, and I think I found it.